You know, I gotta be completely honest, being the last of the species of wild baldos, I identify with these creatures. So the Earth is home to a plethora of wildlife, with more being discovered every day. However, as more are being discovered, even more are starting to die out because of, well, us. And many of these amazing and beautiful animals that are going extinct are ones that you've never even heard of before. So before they're completely gone, and maybe even in an attempt to try to save them, I'm gonna let you know exactly what they are. Unless they're extinct by the time you watch this, in which case, what they were. Anyway, here they are, 10 amazing animals that will soon be extinct. Number 1 is the Sumatran elephant. The Sumatran elephant is actually a vital part of the ecosystem that feeds on a large variety of plants and deposits seeds wherever it goes. That means poopy. Despite this, over 70% of their habitat has been destroyed over the last 25 years, mostly due to deforestation for pulp and paper industries, as well as oil palm plantations. The result is a decrease in the Sumatran elephant population by over 80%. That's right, most of these gigantic animals have already died out in our lifetime. Back in 2012, these creatures found their way onto the critically endangered list, but despite this, humans still hunt them, mostly either for sport or retaliation, as elephants trample their crops and homes when their natural food source runs out. Well, maybe if we stopped polluting the earth, they'd have more food to eat and they wouldn't have to trample your home. It's just retaliation on their part. Stop killing the elephants. Number 2 is the leatherback turtle. Like the name suggests, the leatherback turtle, unlike its harder shelled cousins, has a softer shell that's leather-like to the touch. The largest of all sea turtles, these animals have faced a huge drop in population, mostly due to having been hunted for their meat, having their eggs poached, and their nesting sites being destroyed by beachfront properties as well as pollution. Oh, humans and their priorities. Their diet consists primarily of jellyfish, and unfortunately many turtles have died accidentally mistaking a plastic bag for a jellyfish. Choking. Leatherback turtles travel great distances every year both to eat and reproduce. Because of this, they are often caught in fishing nets, which causes them to drown when tangled up. Man, you better stop that nonsense. I don't want to live in a world without turtles. Without them, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would have never existed, and thus my childhood would have never existed, and thus I would have never existed? That's how it works, right? I'm confused. Number 3 is the black rhinoceros. Black rhinos may have already lost one of its subspecies, the West African black rhinoceros, due to extinction. They've been cut down to near extinction themselves by European hunters who were known to value their horns and kill up to 6 a day. Oh, but I'm sure they used their horns for good stuff, right? Nope. No, they didn't. They mostly use their horns for ornaments and for their medicinal properties, though truthfully, a rhino's horn is made up of the exact same protein that fingernails and hair are made of, called keratin. While it's estimated that there were literally hundreds of thousands of black rhinos just 100 years ago, due to poaching conducted between 1970 and 1992, 96% of them have been killed off. Today, there are only 5,000 in all of southeastern Africa. Next time a poacher is caught trying to kill one of these things, I feel like we should tape him down right behind a rhinoceros who's about to poop. Have you ever seen a rhinoceros poop? Their tail goes like that, and it's like... Look it up on YouTube, it exists. You're welcome. Number 4 is the giant panda. Despite the fact that they have very few natural predators and are adored by millions, the giant panda is now the rarest member of the bear family. With human populations pushing farther and farther into panda territory, the animals are losing ground and precious bamboo, which is their primary food supply. Now, reserves have been set up in China by organizations like the WWF. However, still, giant pandas' numbers continue to decline, their numbers being now between 1,600 and 1,800. That's for the entire world! At this point, there are literally more stuffed animal panda bears than there are actual panda bears. This world is a scary place. Number 5 is the Vaquita. Only discovered back in 1958, this adorable animal is the world's most rare marine mammal, beating out even the rarest whale, and will be extinct likely by 2018. A member of the porpoise family, the Vaquita's numbers have been absolutely devastated by illegal fishing operations. Most of these operations occurring within the Gulf of California and Mexico, to the point where only in the last 3 years, more than half of the population of this marine species has been lost. It's estimated that literally less than 100 Vaquita remain. Look at that thing, it's just so happy and cute. I'm just a happy dolphin. And then spear in the head. Nightmares. Why? humans. Number 6 is the North Atlantic right whale. Though they've been declared protected from whaling since the 1930s, the North Atlantic right whale is one of the most endangered large whales in the sea, and unfortunately it doesn't appear to be recovering in numbers. Mostly found in North America's Atlantic coastal waters, these whales are often found dead, either tangled in fishing nets or after a collision with a ship. Additionally, climate change has added to the problem, with the ocean temperatures rising to levels dangerous to this creature. This is due to the fact that it actually affects the amount of food available for them. So essentially, we're starving them off. That'd be like the temperature getting too high and then you go in the grocery store and then be like, we got no food for you. And then you being like, oh no, now I die. You don't want that. Ain't nobody got time for death. Number 7 is the tiger. Yes, that furry creature that we all know and love is in trouble. Alarmingly, in the last 100 years, the Earth has seen tiger populations drop by a whopping 97%. Recent studies have indicated that there could be as few as 3,200 tigers left in the entire world. That's down from hundreds of thousands. Considered Asia's biggest cat, these animals are being lost to poaching, deforestation, and retaliatory killings. In addition, tiger habitats have been almost completely destroyed for lumber, agriculture, and to make way for roads and highways. It's to the point now where they literally only have about 7% of the land that they once called theirs, and sadly, these cats cannot survive in tiny, disconnected zones. What is the world coming to? One day kids are gonna look back on movies like The Jungle Book and be like, what's that crazy creature there? And then we're gonna have to be like, that was a tiger. We killed it off to make roads. And then our kids are gonna puke from sadness. And then you have to clean that up. Just a time waster. Number 8 are pangolins. Considered one of the most trafficked animals on the planet, pangolins wear their own armor in the form of hundreds of scales lining their bodies. Their meat is considered a delicacy in places like China and Vietnam, especially with their numbers dropping as low as they have in recent years. In fact, these creatures were brought to the brink of extinction in many places, with over 1 million killed within the last decade alone. Because of this, it's actually unknown how many are left in this world. However, the WWF has placed them on the critically endangered list and is fighting to stop their numbers from hitting 0. Here's an idea. How about we just stop eating these cute little creatures? I mean, seriously, you have chicken, you have beef, you even have horse if you want to. Damn, you could even eat a human. I mean, you know, it's not really my thing, but I don't knock it till I tried it. This took a weird turn. Number 9 is the Javan rhinoceros. The most endangered of all the rhino species, the Javan rhinoceros is actually considered one of the most endangered large mammals in the entire world. Only 2 populations of this species of rhino exist, their combined numbers amounting to less than 60 animals total. Once again, the reason for many of their numbers being reduced is poaching, their horns a commodity in traditional Asian medicine, while many die out as their habitat is converted by bulldozers into farmland. This species could be extinct in only a matter of years. That is, of course, unless something drastic happens, but for the most part, it's pretty far gone. This is getting ridiculous. First tigers, then rhinos? What's next? Gorillas? Oh no. And number 10 is the mountain gorilla. Considered a critically endangered species by the WWF, mountain gorillas, like their name suggests, live in high mountains. They make their homes in forests and sit between 2,400 and 4,000 meters above sea level and have much thicker fur than their cousins. However, these defenses have failed from preventing their numbers from being reduced to only 880. As some humans have moved further and further into mountain gorillas' territory, the animals have been forced to retreat further up into the mountains for longer periods of time, which unfortunately means that they have to try to sustain harsher conditions, which usually prove deadly. Well, let's see how much we like it when all the ice caps melt and we all have to live in high mountains and then battle it out with the gorillas. Let's see who's gonna win. It's the gorillas. And that's it. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to let you know that I launched a brand new podcast. The podcast, called the Matthew Santoro Podcast, is a weekly summary of my thoughts, what's going on in the YouTube community, as well as the world. Look at it as kind of a long-form vlog without the video. It's available right now on both iTunes and SoundCloud. The links to both will be in the description. So be sure to check that out. And if you enjoy it, subscribe on iTunes and follow me on SoundCloud. There are brand new episodes that go up every single Friday. So like I said, subscribe and follow me. And that's all, guys. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, and I will see you with the next video. Love your face. Bye!